Has been dealt. First blood goes to Rex with that runic discharge. Jackasm gonna get on the fight, and it looks like Scriff already down to about 80% HP. Nice fear by Malachor onto Rex. Gonna keep him away from, doing any kind of major damage, getting those amplify stacks off. Scriff gonna have to use his roots or go underground. Yeah, deadly injection did not hit him right there, but Chip Cyan is coming out with that sleep as soon as he came out. And missed deadly injection. Malachor right by Chip Cyan. It looks like healer and DPS against each other, and oh my gosh, great combo right there. Typical goo into whirlwind. So Alchemist and Spearmaster, the dynamic duo, always cleaning up and finishing house, or cleaning house and finishing up, I should say. Their opponents. So you can't just go in recklessly, and that was a bit of a miss space by Malachor right there. Although he did have significant TPS, he just did not space correctly. And one mispositioning error in these high-level games, and you are toast.
All right, so I'm back in action as well. I mean, right now, not too surprising. I heard you there. I mean, SK Gaming taking their first game. Losers finals of the Kill the King tournament, guys. If SK Gaming can win this, they will go back to those grand finals, try to defend that crown of theirs. But right now, Chip Cyan, he gets pulled over here by Scriff. And right here is going to be running for his life right now between both the pressure of Scriff and Wisteria. Rex trying to come back for a little bit of defensive help, as well as Jackasm, so they are kind of all clustered up right now. We do have an ultimate ready for Scriff. He does throw it down. Doesn't really hit too many people. Chip Cyan just sidestepping it a little bit, but he is really low. Has that runic shield on top of him. Scriff really trying to tank that ultimate there from Jackasm. Says, you cannot pass. Jackasm does go down. Chip is in position to go down as well, but Rex is inside of that lockdown, and he is taking so much damage from that immolation arrow. And look at that, the heavy metal band coming out, all three players in attendance. Big damage going down from Wisteria. 419 on that Seeker. Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff indeed. Definitely a lot better in terms of the control and the pressure that was brought out. Right there. Wisteria, he did go in pretty deep, but he was able to, push Jackasm back with that multi-shot arrow. That's probably one of the most important things that Jackasm can conjure. As it looks like the Worm team, team in Soviet Russia, SK Gaming, I should say, are going to be putting on a little bit more aggression. They're not going to try and get pushed back. They're going to go in pretty deep right there with their counterattacks. But look at that. They are being, chipped down to about 50% HP, all of them. And it looks like Scriff going to try and get on Chip Cyan. And Scriff just going to tank all of that damage. So not a good target switch. Jackasm just going to fleet foot into Whirling Blade, or I meant Whirlwind. And Scriff just going to space on out of there. Not too bad. Jackasm going to try and conjure Scriff. Not going to be able to hit him. Not going to be able to get that last hit, as Rex is trying to distract Wisteria, who is very low. Could get the kill in 1 second. Oh, Chip Cyan does go down. Scriff does take him out. And Wisteria not able to go down. Well, he gets executed right there, but Rex could not finish him off. And Jackasm, poor lonely Jackasm, left 1v2 against a Mega Plant and a healer who sits on a drum. So not too pretty, and we are just going to be seeing the caramel dance and dance come out of this little thorn plant root thing.
We don't really know what he is. Maybe the evolved version of Bulbasaur or something. But yeah, Jackasm had 2 hit points up against a fairly intimidating looking oak tree, and his healer on the drum, as he did say. But we did have the dead roots come out from Scriff, but he didn't actually try to pull in Jackasm, who was right beside it. He pulled in Chip Cyan, and Chip just had nothing he could do about that, which led to their eventual defeat right there. So 2-1, Donors by Heart, giving SK Gaming a good amount of their money, because right now if they take this game, that is going to force a third. SK Gaming, they really probably don't want to be doing that as well. And right now we do got Jackasm in between the triangle of the cold team. Big damage going down. The health bars at the top is just really whittling down here for the Warm team. They're taking a lot of damage. Scriff does have that ultimate ready to go, just waiting for the best time to use it. It's going to be a double ultimate, as Chip does throw down his goo onto Malachor, but it does whiff a good amount, so not really the biggest ultimates there. But down the corner, Rex did die. Chip is going to be joining him, and now Jackasm as well is going to be going down, and that's going to be a 3-1 there for Donors by Heart, forcing us to game number 3 here, the Losers Finals. The hype is getting ridiculously high right here, Kast.
Dude, that is so true. And whoops, Donors by Heart is on the cold team, and I had the overlay for SK Gaming as I did just jump into this match and try and get on.
I was about to mention that to you. I got people here always messaging me because you're always on that D&D.
yeah. So ignore whispers. It's not that I'm trying to blatantly ignore you guys. It's just that
spam doesn't look the best.
Yeah, the spam whispers, especially with inappropriate content, just doesn't look professional. Doesn't show the game in the right light that it should be shown. But that's a thing of the past, whatever. It's a 1 map to 0, and we have Donors by Heart. And it's funny, too, because...
It's 1-1.
1-1? Wait, what?
Isn't it 1-1?
That was their first map.
Okay, never mind. Don't worry.
I could swear it was 1-0. Oh, we're going to have black screen. Oh, no, we're not.
Nah, we'll be fine.
Okay, all right. We're good this time. All right. It glitches out on, random maps. Yeah, it's 1-0. It's 1-0 in favor of Donors by Heart. Okay, so I was right. Ha.
Yeah, people ripping me apart. Don't worry.
It's okay. Whenever I'm wrong, I just have ignore whispers on, and they can't say anything. It's all right though. We try and keep it up, but these games are just so action packed. It's hard to keep a track of who is on top, and trying to do the overlay on the stream while talking about other stuff. And we just try and bring the best that we can. But here we go. Enough of that nonsense about keeping the stream up. We are going to be seeing this action right now is Scriff, spaces in a little too early, uses his treacherous roots, and not going to have any defensive cooldowns right now to keep the pressure off of him. He is just going to try an M1 war with Jackasm, who's getting onto Wisteria right now. Good change-up of targets, but the mushrooms come out and immobilize him, so he's not able to get any kind of melee pressure off that he needs to. And Wisteria using the ultimate, Scriff using his temporal lockdown, comes out at the same time but misses everybody. And it looks like Scriff's still going to keep going in. He might just be in a bad spot because now he's in the goo. Clarity Potion comes out. He could almost be dying. Wisteria about to get his head chopped off, and there it goes. In the meantime, the Thorn, hey, bring the round up as we are getting rid of the weed problem, says Chip Cyan, and they are going to be taking one for the SK Gaming team.
All right, now that we're all back on track and, 1 + 1 is 2, all the simple math is now straight. Yeah, we did have that Thorn kind of really stuck in that goo. He did have his shield out for a little bit of it, but, that goo has a pretty decent duration. Jackasm was chipping away at him as well, so double deaths going on at the same time. SK Gaming, they're up 1-0 right now. Good grab there onto Rex, throws down his runic barrier just to try to negate a little bit of damage. Uses his space to get out of that. And now Scriff, he's just going to really try to take advantage of it as well. Misses the pole, but lots of damage going down to Chip. But Wisteria is trying to take out Jackasm at the same time. We do get that the harpoon in with the incapacitate right now. Scriff has to use that ultimate, otherwise he might die before it goes down. We do got the ice arrow going on to Rex, but we do have a very, very low Scriff. He's trying to get out of that as well. Jackasm trying to do the chase a little bit, but Malachor going to be tanking that for him. We do have the lockdown ready to go. We're going to have to see if that is going to come into effect. Wisteria and Scriff just healing up. Scriff in the corner, but we do have Rex. Oh, he tried to use the double to get over to Scriff, but he hit the sandbags, and now Wisteria way off there, way out of position, and no way to get out of that. Jackasm and Chip Cyan just tearing him a new one. We still have full energy here on Malachor. He just used an EX right there. Scriff might be able to get up those swords, but Malachor in the goo. Rex trying to make sure he stays in it with Jackasm chasing him down a little bit. Ninjas that rune. It's not going to go to Malachor at all. Malachor has nothing except this Corona to go, and Scriff going to be coming back here for a little bit of defense. We are basically full temporary hit points. Malachor looking not so good, and indeed he does go down. Jackasm laughing a little. Sorry, Rex laughing a little. Well, Jackasm's laughing a little too, but that's going to be 2-0 now for this Worm team.
Yeah. Oh, most unvaluable play of the game. Wisteria, he was doing great before, and don't get me wrong, it's not calling a maneuver or anything, but when you trance as or I should say use your counterattack, or in this case for Seeker, it's illusion, you go to wherever your cursor is, and most of the time it's where you're trying to aim to get your Seeker strikes, but right there he just went in a little bit too much, and he didn't turn his cursor back into defensive position, and that's what allowed him to get comboed on, because he was way out of the fight, way away from Malachor, and getting capitalized and jumped on by many opponents. So Malachor gonna have to space out in the meantime. 50% HP. Scriff completely whiffing his ultimate, not gonna be getting anything there. Jackasm sort of walked into it as like a pity party, and we are gonna be seeing Seeker use all of his abilities right now. Marksman ultimate, but he's getting control, not really able to do anything, and conjured fire arrow, so absolutely no damage, no use of that ultimate whatsoever. And it looks like Wisteria is going to be going down without really doing a whole lot this round. So good Kunjus, good counter pressure up by Jackasm as well as the rest of the motley SK Gaming crew. And they're going to be taking this map 3-0, even though they lost 3-1 the last time. So, you know, SK Gaming just, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's intentional or whether they just download strategies that quickly. And I mean, they are the only team to really show that kind of capability so far, where they just, you know, might lose a round or a map at first, but then absolutely come back with amazing performances and just, you know, train on through their opponents. Just absolutely no stopping them once they get rolling.
3,400 healing coming out for Chip and 3,400 damage coming out for Jackasm. Definitely laying down the hurt, but now I can definitely say with a lot of confidence that this is 1-1 here in the map series of the losers brackets. SK Gaming fighting to get to that grand finals and defend their throne, and Donors by Heart fighting to take a crack at it themselves and deny the Kings their set their 8th round of victory. I think it will be this is week 8 if they get that. Isn't it, Kast? So that's the max prize pool, isn't it?
I believe so, and I think we'll might have to, you know, change the rules because we never suspected any team to get this far. So we might have to change up the rules and how the tournament system goes and what the payouts are like. But we'll just have to, you know, keep you guys updated. We'll do a weekend roundup post by Monday or Tuesday, depending on my work schedule. I'll also, a little bit of an advertisement, I'm going to be working very hard on my tutorial series. I've been playing under a, you know, false identity account, a Smurf account, you could say, and seeing what a lot of the newer players are doing and like what the major issues are. In my tutorial series, I feel like it is time, you know, for people to actually get that because people are feeling the game is stupid, but they just don't know what the game is actually all about. But here we go. Take this one, FourCourt.
All right, game number 3 here of the losers bracket in the Kill the King. Jackasm Rex trying to do some big damage here onto Scriff and Wisteria. We already have the ultimate coming out from Jackasm. They are kind of very cornered here up at the top. Wisteria dropping really low. Out goes the goo, hitting both Scriff and Malicord. Wisteria is not going to get caught in that, but Scriff has no way to get out of that as well. And now we do have a death. Down goes Malicord. We do have the dead roots come out from Scriff, but look at this. I mean, Rex virtually full health. Chip Cyan not taking really anything, and Jackson just kind of sitting around, healing himself up. A very, very strong opening round for them.
Yeah, ooh. I don't know what you can do with the 4.0 Seeker. He definitely gets punished the hardest, and I noticed that about SK Gaming. They're really controlling the Seeker a lot more. I mean, it's really hard when you have triple pressure onto you. What can you do in that case? You have Jackasm who can, you know, do a trance. Then you also have Rex who can trance. So, I mean, it's hard to pick a target, especially with some of the AoE abilities that happen. As, you know, Wisteria is going to just try and do the best he can. Malicor's already caught in the corner. Chip Cyan, this is a good place for him to get all the deadly injections he wants, as well as the triple spell locks there from Rex, because his, you know, AoE disabling shot or runic infusion, or I don't know, whatever, I forgot what it's called, but Jackasm is pretty low as I'm trying to think of everything to say while all this action is happening, and I cannot remember. Runic discharge, that's what it is, by Rex. And, you know, right there, he's just going to use the barrier and not take a lot of damage from Scriff's ultimate. And, you know, Malicord, he's always getting stuck in that corner, and Wisteria is just not able to get him any kind of support, because what are you going to do? You're just going to multi-shot them still into the corner where your healer is? You got to make sure that you take this open area. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more work around this pillar spot. Instead of floating up towards this corner area, use the pillar, because a melee running around a pillar is not as efficient, and you can't do as much pressure as if you're just in a narrow alleyway, just using the walls off to the side. Could be worth something. Also, Chip Cyan cannot get as many deadly injections and sleeps off because you could be line of sighting him as well with the pillar. And we'll just have to see how they change up their lineup. Scriff, I don't know what he can possibly do other than not just letting Jackasm get on in freely and feeding him energy. But, you know, FourCourt take this one away, as this might be the last one.
All right, so Jackasm is going to go over here to Malicord. Scriff going to be playing very defensive with that Mudwalk, going to be bringing over Jack, baits out that Kunju, not going to be popping it. Rex going to be trying to throw out all these and Soul Bolts that he can. We do have a Fear on to chip Cyan, so if they're going to jump on someone, it has to be right now, and it is not going to be Jack. Has to use that Fleet Foot to get out of that double combination. We did have the ice to the Immolation Arrow. We did have Script's ultimate go down those dead roots, and none of it really landed there onto Jack. Has been doing a great job staying out of that. Rex not really taking that much damage. Chip Cyan just off in the side, not really taking any kind of pressure, although we do have Script now trying to do some rushing because we do have a dead Jackhasm, another dead roots coming out, but we do have the counter goo coming out here from Chip Cyan, but it's not going to be enough to really take down anyone. I say that, but Wisteria gets comboed down with Rex inside of that goo, and Rex not looking the healthiest, but he's definitely doing a lot of work right now onto Malachor. Rex might be able to take this one from the bag. Script versus Rex, tank on tank action with long range heals coming out from both Malachor as well as Chip Cyan. Chip Cyan gets pulled in, but it's not going to be enough. Script, we don't know where he's throwing that ultimate at all, but Malachor is going to have to use that space to get out of that. Rex is definitely going to be throwing it out, but without that space, we got a goo going out. Malachor is going to be going down as well, and Script now is going for 2 versus 1. He might be able to get this chip, but no, we do have the potion come out, and no grab from there. We do have the mushrooms to the mud walk, but we do have a barrier up. He's not going to be able to break that, and now Script just slowly losing hit points as much as, I mean, he has those EX mushrooms. They do come out, but with temporary hit points, Chip Cyan's just going to be out healing anything he can do, and Rex is going to get this kill.
Wow. I cannot believe that happened. Scriv must be absolutely killing himself at this point. There is no way in hell or in heaven, on earth, wherever this game is supposedly located, that he would possibly want to use his ultimate in that manner. He had the pull, Chip Cyan was slowed, he just mismoused his cursor, and one mistake like that, especially with an ultimate. I mean, we talk about how ultimates are important,